Alexander Isak denies Newcastle contract talk amid Liverpool transfer links. No discussions. The Newcastle forward has discussed his future during the current international break and reiterated he is happy in the Northeast, despite the ongoing speculation surrounding his future. Alexander Isak has admitted he is not in negotiations with Newcastle United over a new contract, despite recent reports claiming the Magpies want to tie the striker down to a long-term deal. The Swede was on target at Wembley on Sunday when Newcastle recorded its first major domestic trophy success in 70 years, beating Liverpool 2-1 in the Carabao Cup final. Supporters of the Reds will hope the next time they come into contact with Isak he will be wearing a Liverpool shirt, following recent reports that he is among the club's summer transfer targets. While Isak has attracted interest from the world's biggest clubs, there have been several claims that Newcastle does not plan to sell its star asset this summer and instead extend his stay at St. James's Park. However, speaking during the international break, Isak has denied he is in talks about a new contract. There is a lot of writing outside, but within the club no one is talking about anything like that, he told Swedish outlet Fotbollskanalen. I don't know much, to be honest. From within the club and from our side there are absolutely no discussions. It's just full focus on playing for me. Isak also reiterated his stance that he is happy in the Northeast, but avoided saying that he will definitely remain with the club into next season. There's not much to say, really, Newcastle's No. 9 said on his future. I've commented on my situation and my security in Newcastle several times. It's been written how much I love the city and the club, how well I feel there. I'm not thinking about the future. I just want to perform for Newcastle. Now we won the cup, but we want to finish strong and reach the Champions League games. That's where my focus lies. There is no reason for me to think about anything else. I feel incredibly comfortable at Newcastle. The only focus I have is on playing. Isak has scored 23 goals in all competitions for Newcastle this season and has netted 15 in his last 14 Premier League matches. Reports this week claimed Barcelona sent scouts to watch the ex-Borussia Dortmund star in the win over West Ham United, while Chelsea and Arsenal have been credited with interest. Isak and his international teammates are set for a double-header of friendlies against Luxembourg and Northern Ireland over the next week before the club game resumes. Liverpool could not immediately find many positives on the way out of Wembley. To make matters worse, Harvey Elliott had to limp out of the stadium, having taken a heavy blow from Joelinton. Now 3 days on, a degree of perspective about the defeat is starting to take hold. Liverpool remains the overwhelming favorite to win the Premier League, an achievement that is never to be taken lightly. It is all the more impressive in Arne Slot's first season. Many questioned how he would fare in taking over from Jurgen Klopp, especially with Federico Chiesa as the only summer addition, but the title looks to be on its way to Anfield. As it happens, Chiesa found the net at Wembley, although that certainly doesn't tell the tale of his campaign. He has been hugely peripheral, with Slot moving to the brink of Premier League glory with essentially the exact same personnel as Klopp. Unexpectedly, Elliott has also ended up on the fringes. Even so, any kind of injury-enforced absence would have been a blow to Slot as he looks to see the job through. After all, if there is one thing that Liverpool can take from its Wembley defeat, it is that Slot needs to find more opportunities to utilize his squad. Not only did Elliott and Chiesa combine for the goal, but the regular starters looked dead on their feet. Liverpool has a healthy lead in the Premier League, but it is not won yet. 6 wins out of 9 cannot be taken for granted, especially if the energy levels do not recover. So it will come as a relief that Elliott appears fit and healthy. He has been called up to the England U21 squad, and footage shows him training as normal with the group. When Slot has used Elliott this season, it has often been on the right wing. Even Mohamed Salah has started to look out of sorts in the past 2 or 3 games, so perhaps the 21-year-old can hope for a few more opportunities there off the bench. But where Elliott looks most at home now is in an advanced midfield position, one which he made his own under Klopp. He is competing with the seemingly indefatigable Dominik Szoboszlai there, but his slide rule assist in the Carabao Cup final was a timely reminder of his qualities.
Rivaldo and Ronaldo Nazario's transfer fees. In 1996, a glimpse into the unbelievable costs of football. The summer of 1996 was a pivotal one for 2 of Brazil's greatest ever footballing talents. Ronaldo Nazario, commonly known as Ronaldo, and Rivaldo. Both of these players would go on to carve out remarkable careers, cementing their place among the legends of the sport. However, the fees that saw them make moves to Spain's La Liga in 1996 seem almost laughable by today's standards. In comparison to the mind-boggling sums now spent on elite footballing talent, their transfer fees look like they might have been typos. Ronaldo and Rivaldo would later claim a total of 3 Ballon d'Or awards between them, with Ronaldo, 48 years old, winning 2 of those prestigious trophies, and Rivaldo, 52 years old, claiming 1. Their individual accolades are impressive. A combined total of over 1,000 goals, domestic and international successes, and they both played key roles in Brazil's victory at the 2002 FIFA World Cup. In the modern era, a prolific goalscorer like Ronaldo would easily command a transfer fee exceeding 100 million. However, in the mid-1990s, this was far from the reality. Their moves to La Liga marked the beginning of their rise to global stardom, but the prices involved were not reflective of their future impact on the game. Ronaldo's move to Barcelona. A transfer that defied expectations. In July 1996, Ronaldo made a headline-grabbing move from PSV Eindhoven to Barcelona. Despite struggling with knee injuries during the 1995-96 season, the Brazilian striker had proven himself as one of Europe's brightest talents, netting 19 goals in just 21 appearances for PSV in the Eredivisie, though his season was cut short by an injury. Still, Barcelona manager Johan Cruyff was quick to snatch up the young forward for a reported 15 million to 12.6 million. To put that figure into perspective, it's important to understand that this was a record-breaking fee for Barcelona at the time, but in today's market, such an amount would be considered modest. Yet Ronaldo made an immediate impact at Barcelona. He quickly demonstrated his extraordinary abilities, scoring a remarkable 34 goals in 37 La Liga appearances, and winning the prestigious Pichichi Trophy for the league's top scorer. His contribution helped Barcelona claim the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup and the Supercopa de España. For a club like Barcelona, this initial $15 million investment was quickly justified. In Ronaldo, they had secured one of the finest talents of his generation, a player who was poised to dominate world football for years to come. His skills, especially his explosive pace, dribbling, and eye for goal, would make him one of the most sought-after players in the world within just a few years. After a single season at Barcelona, Ronaldo was sold to Inter Milan in